everybody, me kerlunkus here, and this is kind of like an offhand, weird, short video. It's not really going to be edited in my usual style, but, well, I mean, it is, as you can see, but I'm currently recording this at like 1 in the morning, in the middle of the night, and I just wanted to put something out so that way I could hold you guys over for Haunted Gaming Revisited. Zobriar is a little bit busy, so he won't be able to put out some episodes, and I've still got to work on more. But I figured to keep it interesting in the meantime, I'm going to tell you all about a little scary experience that happened to me, I want to say like 2, maybe 3 years ago. It was at my old job, and it was basically like a stalking kind of scenario. I'd say that because, I mean, we were followed, the people that I was working with. So, let me explain. So, over the course of summer around 2021, I worked closing shift every week at a restaurant that's near my gas station, stuff like that. It's like close to my house, so, very local, very easy. But, I moved on from this job since then. I don't work here anymore. And, one night in around June at like midnight, me and my coworkers were just, dealing with the dinner rush and all that shit, all the people just coming in for their food or whatever. And then, out of nowhere, this Chevy Silverado comes up. It's like this early 2000s Chevy Silverado. It's painted with like a blue upper, white lower type deal. That's just, it had like an alternate paint job and like rims and shit. It had some custom work done to it. But anyways, what this guy was doing was he pulls into the gas station, and then he just starts circling around the whole gas pumps. Like just the gas pumps alone, not the restaurant, nothing else. Just he's circling around the gas pumps very slowly. And then eventually he got into the drive-thru. And then, I was working the front that night, so I was supposed to take his order, but he drove past the speaker instead of like sorry. He drove past the speaker instead of, making an order. There were other cars in line, so we were focused on doing the other orders, so just got to keep it moving and shit like that. Fucking fast food and whatnot. But he's in line, we're dealing with orders, and then truck gets to the window, and this girl that I'm working with up front, we saw the guy driving it, and he looked normal, which is weird because what he was doing was he was staring into the store, almost like completely past us, like he was just looking in. And then he just like drives off. It was so fucking weird, man. I honestly don't know like what was going through his head at that time. So around 1 a.m, he's not circling the pumps anymore. He parked near the entrance of the gas station and just turned his truck off. And so my sister, me, everyone else, we're all working there. We all kind of get a little bit worried because that dude's starting to act a little suspicious. So there's a security guard inside the gas station. Like there was a security guard inside the gas station, so my sister went over there, let him know that there's a suspicious individual, and it looked like they'd been following us, and maybe like call the police if necessary. I didn't know any of this because I was just busy working, doing all that other shit. And so close to 2 a.m, we were getting ready to close the store when we noticed the truck was pulled over at one of the gas pumps by an officer. So the cops eventually did show up, and we saw him talking with the police for a few minutes. And so after they got done talking, the man drove off. So we just finished closing up the store. I was mopping the floor and shit like that. And a little bit after 2 a.m, the truck pulls back into the store. Like, not into the store, but back into that same little spot where he was parked, like, just off to the side, not at the gas pumps or anything like that. And, I didn't pay much attention. I was fucking exhausted. I was ready to go home. I was just like out of it. And so we shut the lights off. I locked up all the windows, and me and my coworkers, we sat outside like under a blind spot in the cameras and stuff like that. We just lit up a little joint-a-loon thingy or whatever, just a little smoke session. Nothing too bad. And then after we wrapped it up, my coworker, she pulled her car around to the front so we could all drive home because she was the only one that had like a vehicle at the time. And once we get our stuff together, I had my backpack, I was putting it in the trunk, and then I noticed the fucking tail lights of the truck turn on. Like as soon as my coworker turned her car on, and like we were getting ready to leave. And then the truck's engine revs, and it was parked in the same spot. And so we all noticed the truck. Everyone was in the car and they were about to drive off. But then we saw the truck getting closer to us. And then as soon as the truck started getting closer to us, my coworker floored it and went all the way around just to see if this dude would follow us. And sure enough, this dude was fucking right behind us. We were like, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 feet ahead of him. So yeah, she's driving down this road so we can turn back into the neighborhood and she can drop us all off. And then oh my god. It was just like a really, really fucking tense, quick moment. It all happened like instantly. Oh man. So anyways, we were a pretty good distance ahead of him when we made the turn. I did a double take to make sure like if he was still behind us or not, and I didn't see him, so I thought he had like burned off already. But she slowed down to my coworker that was driving. She turned onto the road that would bring us back into the neighborhood, and there's like a 4-way intersection like in the neighborhood, and like on the right side where she was supposed to turn, that motherfucker was right there with his window down. He was looking at us, he was smiling, and he was just fucking waving at us. It was the creepiest fucking shit ever. It was so I don't know what was going on that night. Like, I don't know what that dude wanted. And so, I'm fucking screaming. We're all fucking screaming, and she floors it again. We go right past the truck, and oh man, she just went down the street as quick as she could, just to try to avoid being seen by him. I was like ducking down, just like to like try and hide myself. It was really tense, and we checked several times to make sure that we weren't being followed after we saw him at the 4-way intersection. And once we made sure that we weren't followed, my coworker dropped off me and my sister back at our house, and then I had a friend that was also with us, and she dropped him back off at his place. And then we all made sure everyone got home safely, pretty much. And everyone did. Nobody got hurt or anything like that. This was just one dude freaking the absolute shit out of us. And so the following day, my friend who worked with us that night, he showed me that the same truck actually lived near the same part of the neighborhood he lived in. And so, I saw the truck, I saw the license plate, and he actually does live in that neighborhood. I think so. I think he's still over there because I saw the truck just the other day. But he hasn't done anything. He hasn't. Nothing else has happened. It was just a really, really weird situation, and it was scary. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video more than anything, is because I just wanted to make something quick, interesting, short little experience from me to you that I've experienced. Yeah. And yeah, here's a picture of the truck that actually followed us. Yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, I don't really have too many like scary experiences like this, but you know, if you've got anything scary, let me know in the comments, and maybe I can make this like a little series or something, you know, like little horrifying experiences from either me or viewers, because I'm sure as my life goes on, I'm gonna run into more scary situations. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any video recommendations down in the comments, and I'll catch all of you in the next video. So this is me, kerlunkus, and I am out.